Naruto. Love it, hate it, that doesn't change the fact that it's one of the most popular and recognizable animes, besides Dragon Ball Z, of this day and age. And for most, it was part of our childhood. For the people who don't know what Naruto is an anime based off a manga by the same name, created by Masashi Kishimoto in 1999. It follows the adventures of a young ninja named Naruto Uzumaki and his squad, Team 7, comprised of his two other teammates, Sakura Haruno, a headstrong Kunoichi who serves as a love interest for our protagonist, until later on, and Sasuke Uchiha, a boy with a tragic past that leaves him cold and distant for most of the first few episodes. He's also the exact opposite of Naruto and serves as a rival for the majority of his series, and even onto the sequel series Shippuden. And finally, their wise, reserved yet perverted teacher, Kakashi Hatake. We'll save Shippuden for another video. Hopefully not, most likely not. So that's basically Naruto condensed. Now, the purpose of this video is to try and draw fans toward the original Naruto at least. While Shippuden can be arguably better, it's really not. I feel the original is at least worth your time in one way or the other. This is not a review of Naruto, just my opinions on how I personally feel. Why, I said before, it's worth your time to check out. Please, it's kind of believe it! Naruto happens to be one of my favorite series in general, mostly part 1, which we'll be talking about in this video. The repetition is amazing, keep up the quality content there. The plot basically is this. 12 years before Naruto was born, a demon known as the Kyuubi, or the Nine-Tailed Fox, rampaged through the Hidden Leaf Village, or Konoha, before being sealed into an unborn child, this child being Naruto himself. There were many deaths, leaving Naruto as an orphan, who was shunned by everyone in his village due to having the demon fox sealed within him, as I said before. His dream is to become the Hokage, which is the village's leader, or president for more simple terms, and to finally get some respect.
Because I'm going to be greater than any of them. Me, Naruto, the next Hokage, a ninja legend! Then everyone will have to stop disrespecting me and look up to me!
As time goes along, Naruto makes new friends and even strengthens friendships among his teammates. Naruto doesn't do too many new things as a shonen. Most of its concepts are basic run-of-the-mill things you'd see in most chump manga, to be exact. Idiotic, hyperactive, and loud main character? Check. Strange demonic power, or strange power that they have that they don't know how to use yet? Double check. However, what Naruto does do new, somewhat, is bring a level of human depth to it. The main character was a genuine, relatable guy. So much of us fans of the series found something to relate to with Naruto Uzumaki. We rooted for him, we wanted him to succeed in his goals. Hell, Naruto was the first, or at least one of the first, characters in Weekly Shonen Jump to use this trope. This was pretty fresh compared to One Piece, Dragon Ball, and even Bleach. This hadn't been done before. Now, this point is not my own. I owe this one to Clyde the Weeaboo and his video, When Did Naruto Lose His Hype? It's a pretty brilliant piece, I might add. You should check it out. But what drives Naruto isn't really its story, although it's pretty good for the most part. It's the characters, especially its supporting cast, which is a mix of many interesting faces, from Team's guys Neji Hyuga, and a gifted, arrogant genius who could rival that of our lead Sasuke Uchiha? Rock Lee, a fan favorite of many, even though he has shit screen time in Shippuden, but I digress. A hardworking ninja without the ability to use ninjutsu or genjutsu. Think of him as Deku before Deku, or Asta if you like that show. And Tenten, who's just kinda there. Okay, Tenten wasn't that important in the original, but hey, she had a pretty sick fight that she got destroyed in. Yeah. Last but not least, their sensei, Might Guy or Maito Guy! That was horrible. Who happens to be the rival of Kakashi Hatake. He's a spunky, fun-loving, that strict teacher, despite his looks. And did I mention that Naruto's versions of Bruce Lee are Lee and Guy, so, you know, that's a plus. And there's Team Asuma, which consists of Shikamaru Nara, headstrong, tactician, and another fan favorite, and a personal favorite of mine, along with Lee, who usually doesn't get involved in much due to his lazy nature, who I may make a video on because Shikamaru has the best developed characters in the series. He really shines in Shippuden though. Choji Akimichi, he starts off as a comic relief character, but come final arc, he gets some amazing character development and turns heads. It was amazing. And then there's Ino Yamanaka. She's just kinda there. Kishimoto can't write women well. Well, he can, but, you know, for the most part, he sucks. Finally, their sensei, Asuma Saratobi, related to the third Hokage, and probably one of the best senseis in the series. His laid-back personality mixed with his sick, slick fighting style and his rare chakra nature makes Asuma a really likable and interesting character. Sadly, we don't see much of him. And this is where I'll stop, because I can go into every team, but I'll take super long for this video, and I'm lazy, so we'll save that for another one. Naruto, at least part 1, has some really compelling antagonists. Well, Madara was pretty strong in part 2, but you know, he's ultimately got the shaft, and he was shit overpowered. Zabuza and Haku are the first major antagonists that we meet in Naruto, in a really strong starting arc, not counting the little training arcs that we got before with Team 7, you know, the initial introductions to our protagonists. They left a really huge impact on the viewers because it was a very, very strong start and kind of made way for even better arcs to come. Also had some really good character development for Naruto and Sasuke. Upon their initial dynamic, those two usually hated each other and they did not work well. Safe to say, during this arc, the dynamic between the two really improved and it had some excellent team-ups, especially Naruto and Sasuke versus Zabuza, and Naruto and Sasuke versus Haku being the highlight of this arc, and probably another big highlight in the series. Let's not get started on Orochimaru, who's probably one of the best villains in all of Shonen as far as part 1 is concerned, because Shippuden made him kind of fucking shitty near the end when they kinda, spoiler, I'm not gonna talk about it. Orochimaru brought depth to the series, as much depth as the existing cast could. When Orochimaru was on screen, there was always an ominous feeling to be had. That was all thanks to a strong introduction in the second stage of the Chunin exams, and only got stronger as time went by. Hence, the Chunin exams' third or final stage, or the Konoha Crush arc, the Search for Tsunade arc, and even the Sasuke Recovery arc, or Sasuke Retrieval arc. Which, in my opinion, is one of the best arcs in the series, but that's up for the debate, you know, so maybe I'll talk about that in another video, maybe not, you know.
Well, when this is all over, one of us will have both scrolls. And the other will be dead.
Even Gaara was a very strong antagonist who was legitimately terrified from his introduction at the start of the Chunin exams all the way to its end. Gaara didn't only terrify the audience, but the entire cast as well. Plus, Gaara is involved in one of the best fights in all of anime. Gaara vs. Rock Lee helped mold Naruto's popularity and even helped build on why the Chunin exams is legitimately amazing. I know the idea was originally from a Hunter x Hunter, but I never watched or read Hunter x Hunter, so I don't care. Now jumping from that, the antagonists and whatnot, let's get back to the rivalry between Naruto and Sasuke. I think Kishimoto did amazing with the whole rivalry aspect compared to what other shonen do, because Naruto is very different. And these points go to Swag Kage, and this is credit to him on his video on the uniqueness of Sasuke Uchiha, where he touches on points such as Sasuke, unlike most shonen rivals, doesn't have an irrational hatred for the main character. But the strongest point, and my personal favorite, is when he said something along the lines of most rivals serve the purpose to be used as an example to boost the main villain of the arc or the main character's strength. His example being Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. In most arcs, usually Vegeta gets his ass handed to him by the main villain, and Goku steps in and saves the day and shows him up. Whilst with Sasuke, that's never the case. Naruto and Sasuke both tend to be even in this aspect, and it helps each one of them outdoing one another and not being one-sided. Basically, what Swag is saying is a rival is supposed to be someone on equal terms with the main character, not used to make the main character stronger. It's a really powerful point. Now, this isn't the case so much now. My only example I can think of is Bakugo from Hero Academia, but he feels a lot like Sasuke in some aspects, and well, Koshi is a fan of Naruto, so probably inspiration was drawn. I didn't look this up. I'm not going to. Now let's get down to the anime adaptation of Naruto. While filled with a lot of filler, most in the final season, but there are guides online to bypass all of that. Naruto's anime adaptation is really amazing to say the least. From its tight fight scenes with beautiful choreography to its brilliant OSTs, the anime brought the manga to life in a very great way. Parrot needs a pat on the back for what they did here. You could really tell most of the anime was treated with love and care, and that's always a good sign for an anime. There's not much to add to this segment, so let's move on. Another great thing about Naruto is that the stakes always felt high, and each arc taught us that actions have repercussions, they have consequences. There were lessons to be learned after every major battle. Most shonen did this, but compared to Dragon Ball Z, if you die in Naruto, you could not come back, at least not human or for long. Character development was at an all-time high during the Chunin exams and onward, even if the focus of the development went more so on Naruto and Sasuke and skipped a few others. Most of the female cast. But needless to say, there was still something to be learned. Characters like Neji went from being arrogant to more open-minded on their decisions and their actions. And characters like Gaara went from this cold, heartless, murderer, kind of sadistic character in nature to a
hello sunshine, hello sky. Hello.
Naruto and Sasuke even had really strong development. Naruto moving away from this annoying brat that no one takes seriously to someone that his parents actually started looking to, and realizing that Naruto really is not a guy to underestimate, to take light of. He became more endearing. Naruto all around, he got a big character shift. Sasuke got negative development, but negative character development is still character development. He went from developing his character to be more understanding, more of a team player, to becoming more hateful, more dark. Ever since his brother got introduced into the main series in part 1, Sasuke's character has been developing at just as much as Naruto, just in a different light. All in all, Naruto is not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. It's not terrible either. And with that being said, I'm your host Grim Toki. This has been Beyond Animation. I'll see you in the next one.